Hey, super friends! Welcome to Cheap Comic Collector. This is episode 273. Yep. Um, Today we're finishing up this right here of the comics that I got at the comic stand. So this is the uh, last of the first box. But I got 13 boxes, so we got a ways to go. And we're just gonna get right into it. Well, maybe not. Please like and subscribe. Thank you. Appreciate that. Once we hit 400 subscribers, we're going to give some books away. You guys probably know the deal by now. Superpowers and Golden Age. Somebody's going to get those. And I got something else planned for that when we hit that little bit of a milestone too, but we'll leave that for a surprise. So thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching, and we'll just get into these books. As you can see, first up we have Badger number 3. Yesterday we saw number 4. This is number 3 from Capital Comics. So early in the Badger run, before they ever made it to first publishing. So that's very, very cool. Marvel Fanfare. Some of those showed up. Number 21. This is a perfect cover. This is just pure white. Yeah, usually there's some wear and stuff on these older ones. This is, I feel like I should be wearing gloves holding this thing. It's so pristine. So yeah, anyway, you got the Hulk and the Thing battling it out in there. You got Doctor Strange. And just pretty cool issue right there. We got Jughead's Jokes number 50. This one's got a great big huge crease right across here. I should check this one out. Got some rips on the back too. I can feel that this is ripped, yeah. Oh, it's got a fancy insert for Kellogg's Fun Time. Tony the Tiger and his friends. That's kind of cool. And it's actually got when was this from? It's 1976. It's got what's his name? The cowboy star there. Red Rider, was he? It started out? I forget. I don't remember him being that active, but look at the way Tony the Tiger looks, and you got the kids from Apple Jacks that used to be on there. The cowboy's the mascot for Sugar Pops. This guy is the mascot for Cocoa Krispies. You got Toucan Sam for Fruit Loops, looking a little bit different. Dig'em for Honey Smacks looks pretty much the same, but back then they were called Sugar Smacks. Pretty cool. That's neat. That's going to be the neatest thing in here. I got, let's see, I lost count. I got to start over. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40. Yeah, so that thing in the middle is actually an extra. That doesn't count towards the 36 pages because it actually has 40 pages. So that's pretty neat. I like that. I thought I was going to be disappointed because of the rips and stuff, but that's I like that insert. That's cool. JSA number 3 from 98, I believe it is. 99. Mordru Triumphant. Doc Savage number 7 from Dynamite. I think we've seen this one before. And Charles Starrett as the Durango Kid, #1 from AC Comics. So this is a reprinting some old Durango Kid comics. The U.S. Air is the official airlines of AC Comics. So they must have had a deal at some point when these were distributed to kids through U.S. Air. And AC Comics was in Florida out of Longwood. I didn't know that. That's cool. So I got some reprints in here of old stuff, and an article about the Durango Kid and Charles Starrett. Looks like Smiley Burnett was his sidekick for a little while, at least in that movie. Some black and white, some color. Oh, another really nice photo on the back. There's Smiley Burnett there. Sounds cool. If you're an old Western fan, this is awesome. Which I am. Let's see, what's this? Dungeoneers #1 from Silver Wolf Comics. Never heard of that. Black and white. 1985. Published monthly by Silver Wolf Comics. In this land, there are those who do not know the word quit, or rest, or stop. This is one such man, but this story is not about this man. Don't gawk, turn the page. There's a bunch of gamers sitting around a table, okay. This looks like fun. Could be cool. That's neat. Nice, really nice use of the black there. Oh, this looks pretty cool. And another Badger, #2 from Capital Comics. Awesome. Green Hornet #6 from Dynamite. JLA Titans #1 from 1998. JSA #64 with Sandman. X Factor Annual #5, guest starring the Fantastic Four, the New Mutants, Forge, and Banshee. From the future he comes, Ahab, Master of the Hounds. Spectre #3 from the 2001 series. Yep. Superman, Batman. Hanging out in the palm of his hand. Star Blast #2. And #3. And #4. Conan. Conan Serpent War #1. This was a Marvel series, I guess. Oh, that looks like Moon Knight. All right, let's see what's going on here. It starts off in 1936. Guy apparently is being, dreams are being haunted. And here's Moon Knight Werewolf by Night makes a cameo. Solomon Kane. And Dark Agnes, whoever that is. Never heard of her. And then Conan wakes up. So is he having the same dreams as the other guy? I don't know. Looks pretty confusing as far as timelines go. Looks like a team up. And then we have Pep number 239, 15-cent cover. This one got some old schmutz or something there. Some old tape or something, it looks like. Probably too old to come off easily, but it's, yeah, it's got definitely a gummy. It's like somebody had a price sticker on, they took it off, but they never took off the gummy part, is what it looks like. And so the gummy part got dirty over the years, and that's what it ended up being. But it's not sticky, it's just yucky. And there's a little rip here too. And some lipstick or something got smeared down there a little bit. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, 14. Little Jinx has pictures of Laurel and Hardy and Charlie Chaplin in her room. That's cool. And I lost count, but it looks like it's all here. I'd like to try and get that off. I wonder if I mean, it's already crappy, so you can't really ruin it, right? Let's try a little bit of just a light bit of the sandpaper. Just see if we can start getting something moving. Not really helping. Roughened it up a little bit. A little bit came off. Just a tiny bit. Let's try some of this Absarine stuff. I don't think that'll work either. I want to be careful so I don't make that rip any bigger that's next to it. That looks like it might work with enough effort. It's kind of making it sticky again is what it's doing. Yeah, some of that's coming off. Unfortunately, all it's doing is moving it to a new place. It's not taking it off completely there. Oh. Finally, Absarine worked for something on camera. So you can see it's cleaned off quite a bit. So that's cool. Made it a little bit better. This is really look at all these different folds and stuff up in here. It's pretty beat up pretty good, but let's see what else we got. Claw the Unconquered number 8. That sounds familiar. This is the old bicentennial one with the number in the corner that you could collect for the Superman belt buckle that apparently nobody ever got. And I think this is like my 3rd or 4th copy of this particular issue. So, pretty cool. Battle of the Planets, number 5 from Image. And this feels like there's another issue. Yep, number 6. So, let's open these up and take a look. More tape for the pile. And I want to get the second one in a bag as well, because these are pretty much mint as far as I can tell. Battle of the Planets number 6, 2002. These are from. Battle of the Planets was never a series I got into as a kid. I think it was, I don't know, maybe a little bit too serious for my taste at the time. But I know a lot of people love it. Awesome, awesome stuff. Let me grab some more books. Actually, I'll just grab the rest of the books. We're going to go through the rest of them today anyway. Probably go over a little bit of 30 minutes. All right, first off, we got The Man from U.N.C.L.E. The Birds of Prey Affair from Millennium Comics. This is number 1 of 2. Cool. And Richie Rich number 9. This is from the later series from the 90s. It's actually pretty worn for being one of the newer issues. I have older issues that are in better shape than this is. That means somebody really liked it, I guess. Harley and Ivy meet Betty and Veronica, number 5 of 6. So we got DC and Archie Comics teaming up for this one. Like Archie didn't have enough problems with just Betty and Veronica, right? Actually, I'm not sure if Archie's in this. I see Betty and Veronica. Oh, there's Jughead. There's Archie. Okay. Got that kind of newer look to him that they decided to go with. Should get that one in a bag too, I guess. And then we got Batman, Curse of the White Knight. This is number 4. Another Black Label series. I didn't realize they had come out with that many of the Black Label series. They all seem to be Batman related somehow. Web of Spider-Man Annual number 4 from 1988 with the Slug. Plus the debut of an all-new Marvel superhero. And so I guess that means this is the first appearance of somebody. Somebody put it in the bag backwards. So let's see if we can figure out whose first appearance this is. Lots of characters in here. See Kingpin and High Evolutionary. The Vulture was in the newspaper photo. The Slug. All right, I'm going to guess this is the new character. Must be named Poison or Sweet Poison. Never heard of her. And a Silver Surfer Annual number 3 from 1990. Part 4 of 4 storyline. Silver Surfer Annual number 2 from Atlantis Attacks. This was the first chapter in the Atlantis Attacks storyline that went through the annuals that year. Here's an old Freedom Fighters number 13. That's cool. Pretty worn. Got a lot of wear. A lot of dirt on the inside cover there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 is complete. So that's cool. Nice. Star Wars Age of Resistance, Poe Dameron. Number 1. Shadow Strikes Annual number 1 by Gerard Jones and Dan Spiegel. And it's got a special feature, The Shadow in Hollywood. And Batman Journey into Night number 7. Looks like it's in need of a bag. I should put this Star Wars one in a bag as well. I'm not going to have any bags left for the other boxes. Batman Journey into Night number 6. Oh, Cobra. Number 4. 1978, I think. Yep, 76. Some good stuff in these boxes. And there was some good stuff in the other boxes too that I would have grabbed out of the more expensive boxes if I'd have found it, but they were all hiding in the smaller boxes. Batman Journey into Night number 8. And there's still a couple there. I thought I was out of boards. That's a much larger backboard, though. And there's number 12. Justice Society of America, number 10 from the 93 series. That may have been the last issue of that series, I think. Yes, this was the last issue for that short-lived series. A lot of people seem to like this series if they were a JSA fan, though. Even though it apparently didn't sell good enough to continue. And I have some more bags sitting here, but I think I'm out of boards or bags with boards. So just going to have to stick them in bags for now. Wonder Woman number 31 from 2017. And Dead Man number 1. This was the this is from 85. This was the reprint series. Yeah. So Neil Adams, Arnold Drake, Carmine Infantino. And I got this on the back. Nice stuff. Wonder Woman 29. Steed and Mrs. Peel, based on the hit TV show The Avengers. Great TV series if you ever get the chance to watch it. This is from Eclipse, Acme Press. And Wonder Woman number 20. And Astro City, number 45. Talked about how I grabbed a few issues of that when I found them a couple days ago. Sergeant Rock versus the Army of the Undead, number 1 of 6. That's cool. And another copy of that. Unfortunately, they only had number 1 as far as I could find. Doc Savage, The Spider's Web from Dynamite. This is number 5. And The Man from U.N.C.L.E. number 1 of 2. That's that same issue that we started out with. Yes, I have 2 copies of that. Grabbed a few Classics Illustrated. This one's number 46. This actually looks like it's in really pretty decent shape. The cover might be miscut. It's got white here along the part of the bottom, and then it's, yeah, the staples aren't on the spine, so it wasn't, unfortunately, the printing process kind of mangled this one. Other than that, this is in great shape. Nice square covers and not worn or anything. Unfortunately, it was messed up in the original printing process. Classics Illustrated number 50, Adventures of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain. That one looks like it's in really nice shape too. Usually when you find Classics Illustrated, they're pretty beat up. Night Glider number 1, Super Deluxe Kirby Chrome trading card inside. Let's check that. Brought to you by Rascally Roy Thomas, Mary Gary Conway, and Dashin' Donnie Heck. You gotta love it. All right, I'm suspecting that we are missing the card. Don't see a card. Uncanny X-Men 317. This was part of the storyline that introduced the Generation Next characters. Ran through pretty much all the X-Men titles, I believe. It's got a cardboard cover with the this shiny silver thing running there. Sherlock Holmes of the 30s by Eternity. Collected for the first time in over 60 years. Okay. Not exactly sure what this is. It's not really a comic book. It looks I guess it's Platinum Age Comics, basically reprints some maybe some newspaper comics or a book from back then. This is kind of what the some of the original Big Little books kind of looked like, but I don't think they had this much text. And it does say copyright by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle in all of the corners, so it looks like it was a comic strip because you have like a identifying number here. This is A7 where the strip starts, so it looks like it's basically publishing one strip per page. The copyright is from 1930, so it looks like newspaper strips from 1930 that presented Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes of the 1930s. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Duh. Oh, that's cool. John Sable Freelance number 2. Death is a bum deal. Yes. Yes, it is. Got an ad on the back for Jeppy's Comic World featuring ElfQuest. Batman number 433. I think we've seen that one before. Another Battle of the Planets. This is number 3 and number 4. I think that'll fit. And here we have Saber number 5 from Eclipse. That was a fun series. I think I read the first issue of that a while back. Wonder Woman number 19. Green Lantern Corps Quarterly number 3. You got Alan Scott and the Justice Society of America, Nort versus Lamplighter, Terrible Trio, Fisherman, and more. Plus, whatever happened to Charlie Vicker? What did ever happen to Charlie Vicker? And more importantly, who's Charlie Vicker? I think he's an old Green Lantern supporting character. The name is familiar to me, but I can't place it. I just recognize the name. JSA number 63 from 2004. Doc Savage number 9 from the DC ongoing in 1989. Wonder Woman number 42, guest starring Green Lantern Corps. That's nice with the green background. That looks pretty good. X Factor number 3, early X Factor. This is pretty worn. There's like dirt everywhere that you can see on the white spots. The people that know how to clean them would be able to clean that pretty well. But Star Wars Poe Dameron number 27. Not sure if that's a variant cover or not. It's got the kind of an odd border on it. And Nightwing number 126 from 2007. Pretty nice cover. I don't know who this is, but nice layout. I like the moon coming out back behind the clouds back there. Old Sergeant Rock. This is number 315 from 1978. Well, before we stick you in a bag, let's make sure you're complete. 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 16, 18. And yeah, it looks like it is complete. And it's got some interesting backups, it looks like. Dr. Skull commented the other day that, actually today, the day is the day that I read it. So he probably commented the day that I'm filming this, but you won't see this for a couple of weeks. So this one, he was commenting about on the Sergeant Rock episode that I did, or the one before that, that some of the backups in Sergeant Rock were basically inventory material for Weird War Tales, because once they started doing ongoing series in Weird War Tales, that some of that inventory ended up in the back of Sergeant Rock and Unknown Soldier, and that's why in some of the Sergeant Rocks there's they're war stories, but they're not like World War II war stories. They'll be like war in outer space and some things like that. So I got Starman number 20. Talent Showcase number 18. Starman number 19. That's a nice cover. Another Sergeant Rock. This is number 314. And got some upside down Daredevil. Daredevil Annual number 6, part 2 of 4. And that's part 2 of the Lifestorm storyline. So that actually continues from that Silver Surfer annual that we saw. West Coast Avengers Annual number 3. And Web of Spider-Man Annual number 5 from 1989. So that's it. That's the first long box from the comic stand. A lot of really good stuff, especially considering that all put together, I only paid what was it, 19 cents? 29 cents? 19 cents? I can't remember. And I'm not counting them all over again. All right, gotta go, guys. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.